This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today is Wednesday, May 5th, 2010. We're going to take a look at VirTra Systems, Inc. It's a pink sheet stock trading under the ticker VTSI. Quick look at the overall chart. You see VTSI has made a pretty nice climb here from bottom to top, from just over 5 cents to 7.5 cents over the last, that's about 2.5, 3 weeks. So with the 50% climb like that, you'd expect to see in the short term some indicators getting up kind of high. The point of this VTSI chart is this is a 6-month chart, so you can't totally see it, but this has been in a pretty good downtrend, and we're looking to see if this 5 cents was indeed a true bottom. So you start looking at things like the MACD with the positive divergence. The accumulation distribution in that downtrend has been uptrending and staying pretty strong. Those are some long-term sort of things that you look at in the chart when you're trying to make a decision if you found a true bottom. Trix is in a little bit of a triangle pattern, but also uptrending across the same 4 months. You want to see it hold and push back above zero. Some kind of short-term things, the full stow, the CCI, are indicating this just may pull back a little bit. Jacob Money Flow actually has to look that it's going to try and turn and stay green, which is something you really want to see. MFI, the shorty, the 7, up a little high, coming back down. All things that are pretty typical of a stock making a 50% move like VTSI has. Same thing with the RSI. They're going sideways now because it's been struggling for the last few days. It made this climb, and you can see it's fighting it a little bit. 7 cents was a pretty significant resistance area as it came back up, and it's pushed above it, and it's fighting to hold above it right now. Now, if it doesn't, if the short-term indicators indeed hold true, I'd look for a couple different things. Really like to see it hold 6.5 cents. That's a pretty good support level. That it was resistance, now it's support. It held it yesterday on the long lower shadow. If it doesn't hold that, like I say, I'm looking at this as a little bit longer term perspective. Holding 6 cents, I think, is about key. You want to see if a chart's made a true reversal, you always want to see a new high or low. So if this can't hold these support levels, if it drops back down and wants to reset all the indicators, I would think by the time it got down to 6, everything should be reset to make another push. And you want to see this, which was a historic support level, had a couple days it dipped below it. You want to see it hold that and then make another run. That'll be establishing a new high or low. That's a very important thing for this chart to reverse. Some other things to note about it is the moving averages, the long-term ones. 200-day is always a very significant resistance level, and the 50-day is also another one. But you want to see a chart in the long term trading over the 50 and the 200-day moving averages. That's a bullish chart. So by seeing this 50-day starting to curl now, if you could project this, another month or so down the road, if this wants to consolidate and make its curl, then it should try and make another push to get above both of them, which would be a very positive sign for VirTra Systems chart to continue to try and come off the bottom and push higher and take a bearish chart and turn it bullish, which is what it's in the middle of trying to do right now. So we'd look for that. You see volume kind of drying up a little bit over these last few days, 260,000 shares. That is not necessarily a bad thing, because you can see there's some indecision going on. And by seeing that, nobody's really selling. Nobody is not getting a huge amount of buying. Obviously the bigger day right there, you saw some nice buying. So we'll look for that to pick back up if it wants to, especially if it wants to consolidate. As long as it does it on a little bit lower volume, let's look for this to make its curl and make its push. So let's take a moment and look at where VTSI is from a longer perspective, and then we'll follow along with it and see what it does over the next weeks to months. This is Andy with QualityStocks taking a look at VirTra Systems.